Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm getting the link to people who are over in the other room. So let me get the shareable link over to people and we will get started. And I don't know why all of a sudden, and we were hardlined, it said connection is unstable, which is not possible off of the hard line, and then canceled everything out. So let me get the link over to everybody and we're going to dive right in. So here we go. Link is coming across. Link is coming across, and then we will dive right in. I want to give everybody just a minute to come across here. So welcome, 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 everybody. Please share the link with everyone. Please share. Please share the link with everyone. Okay. So there's the link. Keep sharing the link here. So going to let people come in for just another minute. And certainly that was interesting and going to the angels. And I really couldn't say what happened. It's been interesting. There has been occasional. We've had some significant technical glitches that are unexplainable this fall. And all I can do is go to the angels and guides and say, angels and guides, please help us with this technical. So welcome, everybody. I'm trying to get everybody to bridge across, and then let's dive in. So you'll have to check out the first half where we're talking about Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. So you're going to want to get to the first half on that. And so welcome back, everyone. And now I want to talk about some more members of our spirit team. And I want to see, am I coming through to everybody? So I believe I am coming through. Am I coming through? I'm coming through, everyone. Realizing that I am typing with one arm here. Okay, so I don't know why people aren't recognizing. I am at the new link. All right, so let's dive into things. Pull up our notes again. Okay, so we talked about the archangels. We talked about Mother Earth. Now let's talk about the spirit of the land. Because there is a spirit on the land. It can be a spirit from Native Americans. It can be a spirit of the trees, of the rocks, of the grass. But there is a spirit of the land where you are at that is supporting you in each and every moment. And so what you get to do is call in the spirit of the land. Mary Frere is saying the spirit of the computer. Yes, we do get to call in the spirit of the computer, and I don't know what in the world is going on with the spirit of the computer. But I'm looking at all of these new cables that we got, and I see one weak link. And I think it is the weak link that has created all of these challenges. And so I'm going to get that weak link taken care of tonight. So thank you for your patience. When we got to Basalt, Colorado, Jessica and I, a few years ago, when we moved there just outside Aspen, I had an entire U-Haul vehicle to unload by myself. And so what I did is I called in the spirit of the land and called in all of the Native American spirits that were there to help give me the strength to bring everything in. And I want you to recognize that from now on, that your spirit family isn't just your angels and guides. It is the spirit of the land itself, and it will give you strength. It will give you power. In my case, it literally helped me to be able to carry everything into the house. This is part of your spirit family too. And realize, I remember I gave a talk at Kripalu in Massachusetts years ago, and I had these linear brain doctors and nurses hugging trees during that experience. Why? because everything is a spirit, everything is alive, and everything is talking to us. So if you go to the trees just in your yard, and I used to here in New Jersey go to this tree in the center of the next town over when Jessica and I were here years ago called Florham Park. And there's a tree that has two eyebrows nailed into it, unfortunately, and a little nose and a mouth. And I called it the tree fairy. And I swear that tree fairy was an important member of my family. And if I prayed to the tree fairy would help bring me what I desired. And so this is so important to understand that your trees are supporting you. Your land is supporting you. In shamanic terms, they talk about the greatest medicines for you in particular are always found within just a few steps outside your door. And so if you look at where the strongest spirits are that are around you, chances are they're just outside your door as well. So call in those spirits. Now, I know it sounds like I'm giving you, somebody wrote, get to the crux of the teaching. The crux of the teaching is we have angels, we have guides, we have the spirit of the land, we have the spirit of every object, animate and inanimate. We have the spirit of the animals. Certainly, I've got Rue here, and I've got his angelic spirit on the other side. But how many of us have had a bird swoop down before us, or a coyote appear in our yard, or any other unusual animal experience, even just today? All of us have had unique animal experiences because all of us have spirit guides that are animals, members of our spirit family that are animals, just waiting to help us. And they make their appearance known so that we will call on them. All of the appearances, everything we're talking about tonight, is so you will call on your spirit team. So important to understand. You get to call in your team. So if an animal has visited you in a dream, if you have a regular repeating visit in real life, dream world is actually every bit as real as this, but in real life appear to you. For Jessica and myself, wherever we go, except here, we haven't really had the animal experiences here this time. Wherever we go, animals have appeared. And there's a reason. They're members of our spirit family. And they want us to call on them from the other side. So important. The work that our animal spirits can do for us is monumentally huge. But we get to call on them. We get to call them in. And there's still people at this other link. So I'm going to say it one more time. Here is the new link. And put it in here for them because people are not seeing it. I need to dee. And Allie, if you're watching this, can you please post the new link every few minutes at the old show from earlier so that we can let people know they can come to the new location? Call on your spirits. I call on the angels. I call on the guys to help transfer everybody over from the show from earlier this year to here now. And certainly, if you like this, minus the technology glitches, click the subscribe button and share this with those you love so that they can call in assistance as well. Here's a cool one. How many of us have had visitations from loved ones in our dreams? Yes, there is a healing element to it. Yes, there is a dream interpretation element to it. But your loved ones are trying to reach out from the other side. Now, certainly they can be loved ones alive today, which is a topic we'll get to in a few minutes. But they can be especially loved ones alive on the other side, trying to get our attention. We're going to do a show with a medium in just a few weeks. We're going to talk about how you can call in your loved ones from the other side, especially during this holiday season. So important that we connect during this time where we feel so alone. But realize everyone who's crossed over, who is a part of your life, is still a member of your spirit family. Is, in a sense, still here by your side. They haven't gone anywhere. You can call them in always. So, I'm going to give you my top 3. I call in my best man, Jack, and I can hear him loud and clear. I call in Carla, who was she followed the show. She was a member of our classes. She was rocking awesome. And she joined Jessica on a retreat, a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat, just weeks before she transitioned. And she's still waiting for me on the other side. I can hear her laughing right now. And I call in my spiritual kapuna, Auntie Pua, a Hawaiian elder who crossed over too early, in my opinion, who's there on the other side as well. These 3 come to me in dreams. They come to me in visions. All right, Grandma, I hear you too. I call in my grandmother, Mildred Kramer, who, truth be told, I didn't get along with very well in this lifetime while she was in the physical plane. But on the other side, she's a powerhouse for me. So realize, if somebody has crossed over, they're not gone from your life. Quite the reverse. They are here by your side, waiting to help you on a moment's notice. They're waiting by your side to help you on a moment's notice. All you have to do is to call them in, which means please do keep a notepad by your bed. When the moment you wake up, if Auntie M, so to speak, has visited you, write down Auntie M. Then you can go to Auntie M in automatic writing, or you can watch the Robert Moss show that we had recently and learn how to get quickly back into your dream. Really, the biggest thing is intention. Go right back into your dream and speak with Auntie M and see what she has to share with you. But your loved ones, they're not just here. We see in the movies, they're always in your heart. No, they're beyond always in your heart. They are always everywhere around you, and so are you. So you have the power to call them in anytime you want. And you can think of, well, if only John or Amy or Mary or whomever was here. Call in their unique assistance. Your spirit family does not leave you just because their body has departed. Never, ever. You can always reach them on the other side. They may not, sort of like pets, they may not reincarnate in your life this lifetime, though they may. But they are powerful beings to be reckoned with on the other side and can do so much amazing good for you if you ask. Now, we're spiritual here, and chances are you're one heck of an empath, which means you don't want to bother them. You don't want to ask. but sort of like, I think there's something in the chat going on here about smelling somebody or a sweet smell coming up. When that smell comes up, when you know that other person is there, make the ask with everything that you've got. You have everything to gain for it. Now, I'm going to talk in a minute about spirits that are of the living and on the other side. But before we do that, there's one key category. There's so many different categories of our spirit family, but there's one key category that I get to address. What do you think, Rue? Our guardian angels. We each have a guardian angel or angels that are always by our side and that have been by our side since the beginning of time. Always been by our side since the beginning of time. What does this mean? Their family, their ohana, you want to call them in. You don't need to know their name. You don't need to know almost anything about them, except they are here for you. Now, for myself, I know one of mine is Guardian Angel Maximilian, a lion, or he at least appears to me in lion form. He's appeared to me quite literally as a mountain lion. He has appeared as gifts. I started getting gifts from the first day I was born of stuffed animal lions. He appears to me in dreams as a lion. I get to call in Maximilian for safety, for guidance, for protection, and for love. Auntie Pua, before she crossed over, said that I have several Hawaiian guardian angels, boom, boom, standing by my side as well. I get to call them in as well. Now, you do the same. I'm not unique. We all have guardian angel or angels by our side. But how often do we call them in? Somebody just wrote a question. How do we test our spirits? It's not so much that what we're trying to do is test our spirits as we are trying to either enrich in our lives or feel better. Because it is a very lonely existence from what we've been taught, that each of us must be an island. Each of us is alone. Each of us is Michael against the world, Rue against the world. No, nothing could be further from the truth. You are a beautiful member of the world. You are a beautiful member of your spirit family. And when you call in your spirit family, there's almost nothing that you cannot do. You become almost unstoppable. That's what I'm talking about here, is how we raise not just our vibration, but the tenor of our lives to an entirely new level. And we don't do that by going it alone. Going it alone is a martyr's journey. It's a hero's journey. It's a painful journey. And it usually doesn't end pretty. Going it with angels by our side. Now that's another story. Now you've got a completely different outcome because you've got a completely different energy. So with that said, let's talk about a few weird ones. And then I want to get into some key ways that you want to connect with your spirit family and what it means for you. Then we'll open it up to some questions and do a very brief meditation at the end, because I know we lost a little bit. We had a challenge of a little bit of time as we transitioned from one link to another on this YouTube live. And I'm going to do one more equipment upgrade. I've done a lot of equipment upgrades over the last month or two to see if we can avoid this hiccup. But I do see one weak link, and I have to wonder if it was that weak link. So we're going to take care of that this week. But here's a crazy one. People that are in your life now may be spirit family on the other side. People who you know now may be your spirit family on the other side. And I'm not just talking about siblings. I'm not just talking about parents. I'm not just talking about somebody you met at a shop with a crystal ball or something, and you go, ooga booga, I feel this special sacred connection. Here's where it gets really interesting. We each have a sacred circle of spirits, a spirit family that we connect with lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And many members of this spirit family come into our lives as lovers and as leavers. They come in, they break our hearts, or we may break theirs, and then they leave. And we think, oh, well, good riddance. I hope I never see that person again, or whatever it is we think. In my case, I send them all love, even if they've danced the Macarena on me, which was a good 20 years ago at this point. Because Jessica and I, woohoo, how does it get any better than this? Okay. But we've got identical baby twins. I am beside myself. I am truly beside myself. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Those people who have broken your heart the most may actually be your greatest spirit family and guides on the other side. This lifetime, they're playing a role, sort of like we had on Don Miguel Ruiz from the Four Agreements. He also wrote the book, I believe it was called The Actor. Each person comes in and plays a role for their development and for your development. Every time they cross your path, it is to help you to evolve and grow. And so when somebody comes into your life and kind of rips out your heart and does a dance on it, it's very hard to think of them as family at that point. But it's actually critically important that we do so. And if we can, to say, aha, I recognize you. You don't ever have to say this to their face, but you recognize them in spirit form and know that they came here to help you. Here's the crazy thing. You can literally call on them to help you from the other side of the veil. Somebody just mentions, I have a school of mystics coming up this Wednesday. I do. We're going to be teaching from Yogananda. We're going to be teaching this connection between heaven and earth, between spirit and the heart. Because you're a mystic in training. If you've made it this far in this video, you are a mystic in training. And I want to help get you to that mystic level, to help you to be able to hear without ears, see without eyes, cross over to the other side of the veil and recognize the people who come into your life. Yes, potentially even that stalker. The people who you come into your lives are not who they appear to be. That doesn't mean you do the dance with someone dangerous here in this lifetime. It doesn't mean that if somebody rips your heart out, you go and thank them. No, there's this thing called prudence. But recognize that there's a spiritual dance at play. That person who rammed me with their car, oh my God, there's a spiritual reason that they did that. And my guess is, though it's hard now, someday on the other side of the veil, I will say thank you for the learnings and lessons. So we get to recognize there's so much more at play than meets the eye. And if we can, you can literally make a list of your lovers, of your relationships, of the people that you were closest to, where things blew up. Somebody said, what about karmic situations? Well, yeah, this is to help you heal. That's what karma is about. Karma isn't about getting chased down from the universe with a baseball bat. The universe does not seek vengeance ever, no matter what the Old Testament says. This is not a vengeful universe. This is a loving, kind, compassionate universe, helping you to grow and to expand. And so everybody who came into your life, no matter how much they danced the Macarena on you, is here to help you grow and expand. Woohoo! So you can be empowered now by going into prayer, going into meditation, going into the dream world, and thanking them. Thanking them for, you got engaged, they ran away on you. Thank them. They cheated on you. Thank them. They stole from you and ran away. Thank them. Because they're still part of your soul family, and they're actually doing important work for you on the other side. That's what's so important to understand. That's what it means to be a modern mystic, is to be able to recognize that there is so much more going on to the game than meets the eye. Doesn't mean you have to ever communicate with this person ever again. But you can recognize them for what they are, a brilliant change maker in your life. Now, why would someone take the time to be a change maker in your life if there wasn't a spiritual connection with you? That's what's wild. That is a whole new paradigm that you get to understand. So I want to talk a little bit about the boardroom, and then I want to talk about some key ways that we can ask for assistance. Before I do that, a few keynotes. First off, if you like this, make sure you subscribe. Give it a big thumbs up. That way you'll know of all of the upcoming events. When you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you'll know of all the upcoming events. And most importantly, please share this one with someone you love or someone you care about. Be great spirit family for them as well, so they can find our show and they can learn as well. And then come join us for our School of Mystics on Wednesday, where we're going to help you to connect heaven and earth. We're going to help you to be able to live on both sides of the veil at the same time, because it changes the outcome of everything. Not only does your energy go way up, but the quality of your life experience completely changes. No matter how much it feels ugly, if it does right now, or you're struggling, if it does right now, by learning how to become a mystic, not only can you shift energy, not only can you transmute energy, but you look at the world a different way. And when you look at the world a different way, it looks at you an entirely different way as well. So you can find that, and Ali will put the link in here. It's at inspirenationuniversity.com. You can join us coming this Wednesday. All right, a couple last things, and then let's dive into the questions we want you to ask. So you have this giant boardroom. We said, let's put in the archangels, let's put in the guardian angels, let's put in loved ones who've crossed over to the other side, loved ones, or former bosses who are here. Let's put in animals, trees, Mother Earth, nature. What are we doing? We're developing a complete and total boardroom, your family, to support you. Well, whom else do I add, Michael? Is there anyone that's visited you in a dream? Is there anyone else that you felt a spiritual connection with? Maybe you were watching them on TV, or maybe you were reading a book and they popped into your consciousness and you say, I feel a very close spiritual connection with this person. There's a reason for this. It could literally even be a famous actor, actress, or author. This doesn't mean that there's not a special spiritual connection. So I want you to reach out to them. You can literally take inventory and say, who could these members of my spiritual family be? Now, if you're really amazing, you can go back to your childhood and say, did I have an imaginary friend? Imaginary friend. Let you in on a little secret. Imaginary friends are never imaginary. They are real. Call them back in. Call that cookie monster right back into you. She or he is real. So call them back in. What I'm wanting you to do tonight, part A, we've got one or two more parts to go here, is to get the warm and fuzzy that you are supported, that you are loved, that there are angels, there are beings, there are loved ones, there are spirits on the other side supporting you each and every moment. Here, in a sense, it's a strange term, at your beck and call, willing to help you in any way you need. If only you would ask, but you're not alone. Period. Done deal. End of story. So, with that said, the big question is, why are we calling them in? And what do we want to call them in for specifically during this time? That's what we're really asking, is why do we want to call them in specifically during this time? And there are 3 key reasons for this. First, drum roll please. Well, I could almost drum roll with that hand a little bit now. Soul retrieval. The first is soul retrieval. If there are any pieces of your soul stuck with somebody in drama, in trauma, from a relationship, as I said, any of these people who have crossed over, literally, or have just left your life, may have taken a piece of your heart with them. And so, quite literally, you can call them in. You can call them in, and you can have them return those pieces of your soul to you. This is so important. You can have them return those pieces of their soul to you. And so you can ask for that. Ask them to come rejoin you, or for the pieces of you to come rejoin you. So the first part is soul retrieval, calling home each piece of your soul from your exes, from experiences. If there's a pet that you lost too soon, or that left your life for whatever reason, you can call them home to your heart as well. That helps heal your soul. I know I've been there. I know Jessica's been there. I'm betting the majority of people have a pet experience where we felt we've lost a piece of our soul. Truth be told, there's probably some guilt, some shame, something else may be involved as well. Call them in, have a talk with them, ask them to help heal your heart, and send them all the love in the world you can. Second reason is when you recognize that there's this giant soul family, call in their love and support. I love you, angels. I love you, guides. I love you, Grandma Kramer. I love you, Carla. I love you, Jack. I love you, Auntie Pua. Whoo! I can feel the goosebumps. Call in that love, because you deserve that divine love. And when you call in that divine love, it shifts everything about your experience. This world is designed to make you feel lonely, to make you feel less than. How many thumbs up or likes did you get? It's designed to make you feel less than. You're more controllable. You're more malleable. You're less powerful. not against any power that be, but it keeps you from stepping in your own true power or remembering who you truly are. When you call in your spirit family, you reclaim your power. So first is soul retrieval. Second is so that you don't feel alone and you reclaim your power. Third is to call in assistance from the etheric field or from the energetic playing field. What does that mean? Well, let's go to Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, used to call in Thomas Edison all of the time. And he even got advice from him and words of wisdom from him that tremendously helped Napoleon Hill. You can literally go to angels and guides and loved ones on the other side, bring information back here. Forget about just law of attraction. Law of attraction is kind of cool, but a lot of law of attraction is kind of chewing gum of the spiritual world. So yes, we can bring in the money we need. Yes, we can bring in the partners and all this stuff that we need. But more importantly, we can find solutions to almost anything on the other side of the veil. You can heal your wrist if it's been completely disassembled. You can do so much from the other side. You can reassemble your life. You can assemble your life at a higher level. You can grow a show. Heck, we're a million viewers a month. You can grow a million viewer a month show in just years, specifically 6 years. Out of nowhere, by going to your family on the other side of the veil. Call them in for anything and everything. And let's go. I'm going to call this number 4. It kind of goes with number 3, but I'm going to call this number 4. You can ask your angels and guides and spirit family for help with healing on the other side of the veil. We all have wounds. We all have blocks. We all have things that get to be healed that we haven't figured out how to do so. Don't go it alone. Call in your spirit family. Call in Raphael. Call in Gabriel. Call in Uriel. Call in your Jack. Call in your Carla. Call in your mom. Call in your dad. Call in your son. Call in whomever. They can be still here, and you can call them in on the other side of the veil, or they can be long since past, because there's really no past at all. And you can call them in to help heal your wounds as well. For these wounds heal so much faster when you work with spirit on the other side of the veil. So really, and then we're going to get to questions in just a minute, your greatest job here, if you're willing to take it, is to continually connect with your family on the other side of the veil and continuously ask and call them in. My angels and guides said, pardon the vernacular, but we would say circle the wagons, which is probably not PC to say. I'm so sorry. Circle the wagons and call in all the assistance you can. Do not try to take this world on your own. Call in family. And don't be embarrassed or ashamed about calling them in. Well, I didn't speak to them much in this lifetime, so I don't know, or I don't know if I deserve to, or I don't know anything. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed. Instead, call them in every time you can. Don't make this a one-time gig. Don't make this a one-time gig, but call them in every single opportunity you can. That changes everything. So, certainly, I'm driving down the road past New York City, trying to get to the place for the PT. Call them in. I've got to the PT's place. They're going to chop this open, and I'm scared out of my mind in a sense. Call them in. whatever situation is going on in your life, call them in. That's what's so cool. So I want to open it up to questions here. First off, I want to say thank you to Amy D, who just joined the Mystic Circle. I have, if you click that join button down below, we have lots and lots of behind the scenes videos with Rue, with myself, with occasionally the mysterious unicorn known as Jessica Lee, who is housing and growing our two identical twin baby girls at this moment. How does it get any better than this? And lots of medically, no, not medical, but behind the scenes stuff of what's going on here in my healing journey, because I might as well share it all with you because you guys are awesome and you guys rock. So with that said, let's open it up to some questions here. From Gogo. Do you think Archangel Michael may be on many places at the same time? Infinite places, Gogo. Energy by design is everywhere. There is no place that energy is not. Quantum science backs this up. So Archangel can be with you, can be with me, can be with an infinite number of people at the same time. It's not any harder for Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael's greatest rule is, I can only help when asked. Now, he's a lifesaver, so he may be able to make some exceptions to save your life. But beyond that, there's very little he could do unless you ask. Marie, how do you know that angels exist? Marie, my recommendation is start calling them in and see if and how your life changes. Because to me, that's the proof in the pudding. It's not the, I'll believe it when I see it. It's, I'll see it once I believe it. Start practicing it, Marie. Start playing with it and see how your life is changed. Mary, I love you, Mary. I love everybody here. I love you, Gogo. I love you, Marie. Mary, I heard my name called out loud. It woke me up, was clear as a bell. Thought someone was in the room. Was that a dream or an angel? My rabbit started thumping her feet too. So, Mary, I actually had that experience this morning or yesterday morning as well. So, what a synchronicity. I'm going to go with not a dream. I'm going to go with yes, an angel or a guide trying to reach out from the other side. You know me, I would certainly go to my automatic writing and ask who it is that's trying to reach out to me. But in that very moment, you can say, I hear you. I love you. Thank you for making your presence known. Is there anything I should know right now? So when we get these signs, these symbols, synchronicities, 111, 222, repeating numbers, whatever it is, the missing element that most people don't tell you is that take these opportunities when the weirdness happens to not just give thanks, but to put a question out there. It's like the universe is going, hello, Mary, we're here. In fact, the said, Mary. And your job is to go, why are you here? What can I learn from you? Why this visit? Please share with me. I've got a question for you. Know that they are here by your side, particularly if your rabbit is thumping her feet. They're there. And put those questions out there, or at least start that communication with them. Gina me. Don't hear or seek archangels and spirit guides. Why? So, Gina, I didn't hear them until I started doing a process, specifically automatic writing. And we have a whole class on it coming up. Was going to be this Thursday. It's going to be next Thursday, automaticwriting.com. And we have a best-selling book on that. The point being, though, it's a practice to start hearing them more. I still very, very rarely see angels or archangels. It's happened now, but it's rare. But what you want to do, Gina, is you want to build the room or build the space to begin hearing them or giving them an opportunity to come in. Now, I certainly recommend automatic writing. It could be as simple as taking walks in nature. It could be hugging or holding onto a tree. But what you want to do, Gina, is each and every day have a small amount of time devoted to this or devoted to this, but not devoted to this and not devoted to this. In other words, if we're busy taking in information, if we're busy trolling the web, if we're busy in our thoughts, we don't give any opportunity for our angels and guides to be heard. Doesn't mean they're not speaking, but we don't give an opportunity for them to be heard. So instead, we need to build that time into the day. Then we invite them in, and I say vocally, invite them in. Say, angels, spirit guides, I want to hear from you. And if you do that each and every day, they will come in. Now, I teach automatic writing, and you can get the book at Amazon or anywhere as well. I teach that because it's a very simple technology where you start to hear from them almost right away. But it's also just a little bit of a practice. It's something you want to do each day, and then you start hearing their voices louder and louder still. All right. Let's see. Going back to Mary, I believe it is. I have a pacemaker. Wonder about a solar flare energy fire break that can interfere with the pacemaker. Not afraid to die, but it sure does put energy into perspective. Well, Mary, what if we flip it on its head? What if we ask the angels to surround you in a bubble of love and light? If we ask the angels to make sure that your pacemaker is even stronger when a solar flare exists, is even stronger if energies come up. So one is approach out of fear. What am I going to do if? Another is, hey guys, hey team, can you help make me even safer, even stronger, even more protected, even more powerful? Because Mary, this is an energetic game. It can go either way. A small side note, and you probably heard this last week, Mary. When I was going to have wrist surgery a week or two ago, it's all a blur at this point. The doctors came back to me in a panic after they did an EKG saying, we can't do surgery on you. We found an abnormal heartbeat. We're pretty freaked out. And so we've got to do this whole battery of tests and find out if your heart's in trouble, if your heart is failing, if your heart is clogged, what's going on with your heart. And for a few minutes, Mary, I was pretty freaked out. But I came back very quickly to my teaching, and I went to my angels and went to my guides and said, what do you think about this? Is it possible there's another story at play? Then they did the ultrasound the next day, and it was an oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. What a magnificent specimen of a heart. What a uniquely strong, athletic heart. Your heart is incredible. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not saying that because my heart is better than yours, Mary. There is no such thing. But you can transmute that energy, Mary, so that your heart with your pacemaker is the strongest, most beautiful, most amazing, most incredible, most over the top, wonderful heart in the world. It's not a have a weak link, so to speak, because you have a pacemaker. It's extra special. It's extra cool. And you can get, I think they sold them in the 80s. They came out, you got it so your car could be tracked. I think it was called Low Jack. You can get the Low Jack device for your pacemaker. You can get that extra super duper protection from your angels that will transmute any energy coming your way for your highest good and the highest good of all. So you don't have to worry about your heart being weak, but know, Mary, that your heart is strong. That's what we're talking about tonight, Mary. We're talking about calling in your spirit family to work on whatever are your weak links, or whatever your fears and worries, concerns, or whatever your struggle and challenge with, to make it easier for you. So lots of love, Mary. I love you. I love you. I love you. C. Mantiala. I would love to know if my spirit family will present themselves. Archangel Ramiel came to me once with so much information. Not again. I keep calling. So certainly your spirit family can present themselves. I recommend a process. I got the book behind me, all automatic writing experience, but make it easier for them. Have silent time each day. Write to your spirit family each day. Talk to your spirit family each day. Be the nutty one who walks around, or at least in the privacy of your own home, talking to your spirit family. And certainly with Ramiel. Go to Ramiel, go to Ramiel, go to Ramiel. So angels never come in just once and are gone. When they first come in, there is an energy behind it. It's sort of like a dream. We can all go back to a dream if we want, once we felt the energy a single time. So you've had the Archangel Ramiel come in. You can go and feel that again, and then put yourself in that space right before sleep. And sooner rather than later, Archangel Ramiel will come in for you. Jamie, last month a deer ran onto the highway and we hit it. We were fine. It ran off, but my husband was so upset. He said it was injured. Why do they do that? Jamie, there are so many reasons that they do that. It may have been to get your attention, to help wake you up, to steer you in a different direction in life. It may be that this was spirit appearing to be in physical form that has a special sacred message for you on the other side. So the first thing that I would do, Jamie, is I would get centered and grounded and say, why did this happen? And see what the first intuitive hit that comes up. I was going too fast. I'm rushing in life. I need to make this change. What is going on? And then I would put it out there in my automatic writing or in my prayers or in my meditations as well. So I didn't get hit or hit a deer recently, but I had a full-size SUV who kind of put the hurt on me. I'm not saying that as a victim. What I'm saying is I got smushed. And so rather than just saying I got smushed, why could that have happened, and leave it at that, I go into my writing, I go into my teachings, I go into my channeling, and I listen to spirit on a very deep soul level and see what I can learn from this. And that's what you get to do as well. Go. Are angels always white in color because of light or something else? Go angels aren't always white. They can present themselves in any variety of color. Now, white is all of the colors put together. If I understand that right, is that right, or is that black? That's all of the white. No, white is all light. White is all light. It is the supreme light. It is the brightest light. It is the purest light. It is the light of everything. It is the light of love. This is all what I'm channeling right now. And so it is quite common for them to present themselves in the light of love. But angels have an infinite number of disguises. And so they can come to you in other colors. They can come to you without wings. They can come to you in person form. They can come to you in animal form. They can come to you in orb form. It just so happens that they frequently come in this pure divine light. Colleen, can the stalker guy next door be my helper? Ugh. Guaranteed, Colleen. Doesn't mean you need to do the dance with the stalker. Doesn't mean that if he's really a stalker, you might not want to call 911 if you don't feel safe. So that's prudence. Take an action when necessary. But understand that these big, powerful energies that show up in our life, even to make us incredibly uncomfortable, are all steering, are all guidance. You can go to his spirit and talk to his spirit on the other side. And certainly I would say a nice little protection prayer first. Like I have one that I call G-Spy. God, thank you for guiding me with your love and light. God, thank you for surrounding me with your love and light. God, thank you for protecting me with your love and light. God, thank you for imbuing me, guiding me, surrounding me, protecting me, imbuing me with your love and light. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Then you can write to Spirit and ask what's going on and ask for him to stop and ask what the teaching is. But here on earth, be prudent about the situation. If you need to take action, please do take action. But on the other side, play and see what you can do to learn from this experience. TL, I have a hard time to see why I would thank my parents for gaslighting me and severely abusing me both mentally, physically, and mess up my mind to the point I can't function. It's programmed in me. TL, unless they are still torturing you this minute, in which case, step the heck away from them. We need to get you, TL, to stop torturing yourself. So the big thing, TL, is they may have treated you like shit. Excuse me. There's no doubt they treated you like crap. But now in replaying these memories, you're treating yourself like crap. In saying I was a victim, you're taking away your power. In showing all the ways that they hurt you, you're completely disempowering yourself. So what really gets to be done at this time, TL, is to take back the power. Go to your spiritual family. You don't even have to go to your parents on the other side. Go to the angels. Go to the guides. Say, please help me reclaim the pieces of my soul. Please help me reclaim my power. Certainly, I would look up a shamanic soul retrieval work, or get with somebody like a Dr. Bradley Nelson, or like somebody else who does emotion code work, and let's retrieve these pieces of your soul and step back into your power. There will be a time where you can love them for what they did, because it's here to serve you. But first and foremost, TL, we get to get you out of victim mode. If not, you're perpetuating far more torture on yourself than they ever did. So I've got to helpingly, lovingly get you to stop doing that and to recognize and take back your power no matter what. That's where we get to play the game, TL. All my love. All my love. You can do this. Cara Mia. My childhood best friend died on Easter this year. I am so sorry, Karamia. I am so sorry. My childhood best friend died on Easter this year, and he keeps coming to me. Cool. I smell the cologne he always wore in the present days. How can this be? Oh, that makes sense, Karamia. He's making his presence known. He can certainly come with a smell. Absolutely. So what do? We welcome him in. Maybe he has a favorite drink. Crack open the drink. Set a placing at the table. Start talking with him. Make that connection again. First and foremost, he's letting you know that he's infinite. He's divine. He isn't gone anywhere. None of us are dead. We're dead. None of us. We're a continuous stream of energy. So he's letting you know he's okay. But he also wants you to reestablish that connection when you're ready. So Karamia, I would do that with all deliberate speed. I would call him in. I call him in my dreams. I call him in automatic writing. I call him in the morning. I take the school of mystics and learn how to become a mystic and call him in. But I would do everything in my power to call in your childhood best friend, because there is something there for you that's going to enrich in your life to a level you can't even imagine yet. That far is he going to go. So I would run for it, Karamia. Tania. Michael, does asking the angels for help feel like asking Santa Claus for stuff? Can you help me understand why I would not pray directly to God's source? Well, okay, Tania, you can certainly pray directly to God's source. I never want to take that away from you. You can always make that direct connection. To me, what I find is that angels are kind of like, maybe we'll call it the elves of God. They're in a sense, they're closer to you. This takes away from somebody, and I don't mean it in any way, shape, or form, but they have a very easy time moving matter around to help you when you ask. So can we go to God? Absolutely. But I would encourage you to develop a relationship with the angels that are surrounding you in each moment as well. Is it like asking for Santa? The thing about asking for Santa is we never actually believe we're going to get that stuff. So for myself, we're still waiting to find the right birthing clinic for our twins. We know it's coming. And so we call on our angels for that. Sure, we'll call on God, we'll call on Source, we'll call on the universe, but we also call on our team of angels. We call on our family on the other side, and we know they're going to bring it to us. It's not like going to Santa and saying, Santa, I want you to give me a blah, blah, blah. This is real deal. That's the difference. This will actually happen what you ask. Now, if you're struggling to pay your bills at the end of the month and you're asking for $1 million to fall out of the sky, I guarantee the $1 million is not going to fall out of the sky. Even if your angels gave you $1 million idea, your subconscious would not let you hear it until you heal it. So what we get to do is go to the angels and help you to heal the wounds in order to hear the messages. Karamia, what do I say to the woman who couldn't wait for my death? She hurt me a lot since birth. She crossed over a few years ago. I am afraid to call her. Well, Karamia, A, you don't have to call her on her. But B, if you feel called, I would send her love. She called for your death. She transitioned first. I guess you could say you won. It's a weird way to put it because there is no winning or losing. And I would say we love everyone up. But wow, Karamia, wow. If you take the high road and start sending her love, how much could that shift your heart? Oh my God. That's what we're talking about. Speaking of, oh my God, Mary Fry, thank you so much for your donation of $50. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Oh my God, Mary. Oh my God, Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that's what we're talking about. Is take the spiritual high road. You have everything to gain from it. And you start to realize that you truly are an energetic being having an energetic experience in human form, and it changes everything. And that very act, that act of selfless kindness and compassion, meaning you're truly send her love. Truly send her love. You'll be amazed at what comes of it, but not just how it changes you like something magically appears, but how much your energy rises up because of how much closer you get to the divine just through that very act of love. A couple more questions, then we'll get into a meditation here. Ned, I'm having some ongoing health issues. Can my guides and angels help cure me? Or would they give me signs? Would they give me signs how to heal myself? Or what if it's karma? Can they still help me? Let's first go to karma. Ned, I don't look at karma in the same way. Yes, there can be some energies that we get to take care of from past lifetimes to help us to ascend. I do believe this, but not to punish us and not to torture us. Can it be our path, a term called prarabdha karma? That's a Sanskrit term for our soul contract that we may not heal. Yeah, that's possible. In which case, there are lessons we're going to get whilst we're still here. And then we'll learn the bigger picture lessons on the other side. I don't want to take away from that. However, we stand the best chance of being able to heal by going to our angels and guides and asking them directly for assistance, seeing them sending divine love to and divine light to exactly where you need it. I can see the light coming down right now and see it fusing around my wrist and all the bones and doing all sorts of miracle stuff going on in there. I can see that taking place. How does it get any better than this? And you can certainly ask them for assistance in guiding you on the path to heal yourself. Though I'd say it's a co-creation. Allow them to do a lot of the heavy lifting and ask, is there anything else that I get to do as well? That's why I'd go to something like automatic writing and really dive in and start communicating with them and say, is there anything else that I get to do on my healing path? Soul Spa University. Michael, I heard someone getting interviewed on a subject my soul mission is now on. Didn't like how she input fear in it. I think it rubbed off on me. Any guidance? So I guess what we're hearing, Soul Spa, is that you have some fear around your soul mission, or you feel like your soul mission is infused with fear, or that you have to act on fear. Deep breath, Soul Spa. Full stop. A soul mission is never, ever coming from a place of fear. A soul mission, certainly we can have a little energy behind it. So speaking before you, after coming off of this little bit harrowing of a drive after this PT experience tonight, there's a little tinge of, ooh, before I go on, but it's coming from love. Look for the love that is pulling you forward, Soul Spa. Do not act out of fear, but instead act out of love. This is sort of like the words of Mother Mary Teresa. And she said, I will not stand against, this is total paraphrasing, I will not stand against anything. If you have an anti-war rally, count me out. But if you have a pro-peace gathering, call me. I'll be there. One is acting out of fear, Soul Spa. What will happen if I don't do this? The other is acting 100% out of a place of love. That's where we get to play the game, Soul Spa. We get to play the game always and only out of love. So, before I had surgery, I said, Michael, you know how to heal a lot of things with your body. You're doing a lot of angelic work. You're doing a lot of light work here. And you can do even more. Am I supposed to get surgery? And when I'm asking this deep question, I'm saying, not coming from a place of what will happen if I don't get surgery? Will it work out? But what is the most loving, kind, and gentle thing I can do for my body? And the answer was very, very clear. The most loving thing you can do is to go through surgery. And with nice fashion colors. How does it get any better than this? Here we are. And it will be as good as new or better. And I can still feel a tinge of fear in there, but it will be as good as new. Thank you, angels, or even better. That's where we want to play the game, Soul Spa. So with that said, I want us to dive into a short meditation. I want to thank you for hanging in there with me so long, because we had the technical glitches at the beginning, and I'm going to make one more upgrade to our equipment. I'm guessing if it was our end, it may have been YouTube's end, because it said connection weak, and we're hardwired, so we don't have a weak connection. But if it was our end, we will have that taken care of. With that said, if you enjoyed this, please share it with your loved ones. Subscribe, click the bell icon to be notified of more upcoming shows, YouTube premieres, live events. Tomorrow night is Kim Russo. Oh my God, Kim Russo is amazing. She had a show on, I believe it was the Discovery Channel, on haunted houses of Hollywood. She is to me, one of the absolute most amazing or accurate mediums on the planet. She started predicting we were going to be having twins all the way back in 2017. It will be an incredible show tomorrow on helping you to connect with the other side just when we need it most. So I cannot recommend tomorrow night's show enough. And then join us for our School of Mystics on Wednesday. Incredibly affordable, amazing, life-changing. You are a mystic in training. We just get to do the training with you to help you live on the other side of the veil, to help completely change your life. And I know there are a lot of people here who can mention in the chat room just how incredible. I don't want to, it feels wrong to even toot my own horn. But these classes are life-changing. So come join us for our School of Mystics class this coming Wednesday. With that said, let's dive into a really brief meditation here. And I want us to call in our soul family. So I want you to sit nice and relaxed, whatever that means for you. I think I'm going to sit back. It's been kind of a beautiful long day here. I want you to breathe in nice and deep and out. In through the nose and out through the nose. In and out. As you continue to breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that we are forming a giant circle of everybody watching this show, past, present, and future, holding hands, forming the most amazing spirit family circle. And understand that each one here today is a part of your spirit family. Each one here today, you can call in on the other side of the veil. Each one here today is a piece of the divine who can truly help you on the other side of the veil. Breathe in some more and out. In nice and deep and out. Feel the energy circling around from the right, coming back in from the left. In from the right, in, out to the right, into the left, out to the right, into the left. As we grow even more comfortable, even safer, even more secure in this amazing spirit family circle, I want us each to repeat this prayer in our own way. So feel free to change it and modify it in any way that feels best for you. Good evening, Archangel Michael. Good evening, Archangel Gabriel. Good evening, Archangel Uriel. Good evening, Archangel Raphael. Good evening, Mother Earth. Good evening, spirits of the land. Good evening to the water, to the trees, to the stones and the soil that surrounds me. Good evening to all the animals in my life, past, future, and present. Good evening, higher self, higher team. Good evening to my loved ones, past, present, and future, who are right now on the other side of the veil. Good evening, especially to those people who have left my life under not so good terms, but whose spirit, at least in part, exists on the other side of the veil. I send you love. Good evening to any angels you felt by your side. Good evening to any loved ones you felt by your side. Good evening to any invisible friends or anyone who has blessed you with their presence in your dreams. Good evening, guardian angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening, spirit animals and spirit animal guides. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. Thank you, all angels, guides, and loved ones, here for my highest good and the highest good of all. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. And now, what I'd like you to do is simply take a minute or two and say, angels, guides, spirit family. So say, angels, guides, and spirit family. What do I need to know right now? What do I need to know right now? And then let's pause and listen for just a brief minute. What do I need to know right now? Angels, guides, and spirit family. Is there anything else I need to know tonight? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, spirit family. And thank you, you, for joining us here this evening. Love you guys so, so much. Want to wish you the most beautiful new week ahead. Come join us for Kim Russo tomorrow night. Join us for our School of Mystics on Wednesday. In a week, we'll have our automatic writing class. It's Yogananda this Wednesday. It's going to be incredible, helping you to become a mystic. Please, big thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon for our next event. And share, 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 share with everyone you know and love. We'll see you again. I'll see you on Wednesday. And keep on shining bright. Love you guys so, so much. And there's Rue saying goodnight. Is that right, Rue? You saying goodnight to everyone? Oh, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You came out right at the very end. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Love you guys so, so much. Woohoo! Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Annis. Thank you, Aya. Thank you, Bobek. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Pookie. Thank you, Rue. Thank you, Kitties. Thank you, Angels. Thank you, Dream Team. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Woohoo! Love you guys.